I know this basket process here, making a video out of it, way out of sync, but look. Doing the best I can here. I mean, look, it's difficult enough to weave a basket, let alone make a video about it. But anyway, the shape of this dome-shaped structure right here. Look, this ain't damn near the same way I make a wigwam. All right. So, if it works on the large scale, it should also work on the small scale too. So it's kind of like, it's the way some things work. I read this one story about this dude was trying to join the Shaolin Temple or something. And this dude told him, he goes, I got a long journey to go on. But he goes, we need some new Buddhas around the temple. So what I want you to do while I'm gone is I want you to make a Buddha for me. And we'll put it in the garden. So the dude leaves for a long time, and this dude carved this big, giant Buddha. And he had this kind of, you know, this crazy looking look on his face, this goofy look. And the man says, you know, you did a pretty good job, but I want you to, I got another journey to go and another monastery to go to, so I want you to take that down a little bit in size for me, would you? And when I get back, we'll discuss whether or not we're ready to take you in as a disciple or whatnot. So the dude does it again, and he, you know, tries his best, man. He really puts some hard work into it. And the man comes back and he goes, you know, hey, you know, that's pretty good, but you know, I really think you should take it down a little bit more. So the dude fucking does what he's told, and this time the Buddha's face has this like grumpy, ornery look on his face, this kind of butthurt look. You know what I'm saying? Frickin', and the frickin' master returns, and he's like, you know, yeah, it's you know, I can see you put a lot of work in on that, but could you please take it down a little bit more for me? And so the dude's kind of like, fuck, man. He kind of like just fucking lets go of his expectations, right? And he actually, this time he enjoys his work, and he tries his hardest, you know, and he makes a fucking perfect, like, tiny, like, 1 foot Buddha. And then when the dude gets back, you know, he's accepted into the Shaolin Temple. Frickin', but over time, you know, at first, once he got over his butt hurt and frickin' just frickin' let go and let his flow take over. You know what I'm saying? Frickin'. And he also, look, he suffered a couple of rejections that he had to kind of get over, right? His ego maybe got a little bruised. And that's all the part of, you know, if you're going towards mastery of a thing. You know, it never comes fast enough. You know, frickin', and it takes a while, even if you're good. But look, still, you have to. It's fucking external validation. That's not even where it's at. You got to learn how to enjoy what you do and love it, and even just take self-validation in it. And all that external validation will come at that point. And then even if somebody's like fucking hating on it, well, I don't give a fuck. It's not gonna change me doing what I do. So it's like opinions are like buttholes. You can take your opinion and stick it up your butthole. In other words, you know what I'm saying? Because it ain't gonna change what I do. And you know, you're so fucking petty like that. That's why, you know what I'm saying? You haven't freaking. You're fucking not happy. That's why you're so critical of everyone. Because you can see that I'm getting a lot of joy out of this. And you're trying to fucking, and that kind of fucking ruffles your feathers. So basically, I go under and over, and sometimes I wrap all the way around. So I keep it simple, stupid sometimes. But look, hey, if you got all your stuff in its place, and the time's right and all that, freaking, you can do even more complex, like more intricate work. You could actually put designs in it, use different materials, have them all going in one direction or whatnot. You can put little nuances in it, and those with the trained eye will notice it. Or the artsy fuckers might like it and don't know why, or whatever. But a lot of this stuff comes from like family tradition, local tradition, so it's like a really awesome way to tap in to that ancestor network, rediscover some of the lost technologies. Because here's the thing about this basket. This basket isn't going to become, like, look, it's not garbage. It won't become litter. It'll blend right into the freaking environment if it was left out. Like if you left this in the woods, you know how people always throw their garbage in the woods? You could throw this out here and it'd freaking make the environment even look that much more interesting. You know what I'm saying? To the trained eye. So yeah, upscale, small scale, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes making those small baskets, man, are fucking harder than these big ones because you got space. You got space to move on this one, even though there's a lot of space there. There's a lot of stuff like in the way. But look, it's actually easier to do. It takes more material. You might have to wrap more stuff, but look, in the end, it'll be worth it. What happened here? Oh, my battery's running down. We'll be at 7. All right. I'll show you another wrap. You know, it's like in Machete call it my rap group, right? Freaking, I say I'm the medicine man, freaking shape shifting, skin walking, shaman, right? But hey, mother, I be weaving baskets. That's some freaking pretty native shit, right? So I actually, dabble in some of these crafts, okay? And it's like, I almost, look, this has got the same energy, or like, look, these things right here in themselves, I almost feel like they're almost like a little mini orgone, generator, because they got this dome shape, right? And they got these dome-shaped and pyramidal-shaped structures around the world that actually have some kind of weird healing energy because it's like creates an energy vortex. See how this one was split? Now I'm going to crisscross them. This one goes on top, this one goes on bottom. That increases structural support here. And also the design pattern, it switches it. It shape shifts it a little bit. Which, like I said, sometimes it comes out like, look, it comes out really cool. And it's like, it's not always intentional. It's just fucking because circumstantially it worked in the moment, right? So you went with it, and then you'll find that there's that nuance, that particular thing has a certain effect or whatnot. In the appearance, the structural integrity, freaking like, look, the time that it took, whatever. You know what I'm saying? What's up, chicken? These chickens love it when I be making baskets. Like, they love it when I make baskets. What's up, chicken? And I enjoy their company a little bit because they just come, they pop around. And I don't know, something about, nature, animals, freaking, gives you a sense of freaking, like, peace or something. Like, I don't know. They're medicinal in themselves. And they're goofy. They do weird shit too sometimes that surprises you. It's like, why in the hell would you do that, chicken? Trying to reverse engineer why they did something. It's freaking fun. It's a fun game. And that takes you out of yourself. I mean, you know, you're using your senses from what you've seen. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta observe something else. And you know, there's a benefit in, like, look, in community, so to speak. Because now these birds have become part of our community, our village, our tribe, whatnot, kind of, in a way. And everybody's behavior has kind of, like, you know, adjusted for these guys, which is cool. Wish we'd have been doing this stuff our whole life. Like, I wish I would have learned to weave baskets and do the bushcraft and the foraging and the kung fu and all that, instead of learning, you know, the program. Their American ghetto scene, ghetto woman, ghetto scene mentality. You know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, you know, sometimes, though, that's it. You got to go from the extremes, man, to appreciate another thing. You know? Sometimes people don't appreciate shit at the time because they're too caught up in some bullshit, right? And they don't know that. It's like, hey, you didn't come up with that yourself, bro. It's part of, look, that's behavioral from society, and you've just kind of absorbed it into your core identity. That's exactly how mind control works. So look, listen, I tell everybody, you know, like Manson was fucking using mind control with LSD and all that, right? So look, in a way, look, I got a platform to mention it, right? Not everybody's aware that, like, look, in the 60s, look, you could only get acid from the motherfucking CIA, right? So where did Charles Manson get all this acid from that he was fucking giving to his little cult? You know what I'm saying? Government. Same thing with Jim Jones. Jim Jones was on a lot of acid because he had connections in the agency. Sometimes they do this shit where they get a proxy. This is an outsider who isn't really affiliated with them, but they use them in something to bring them back, test, like look, to go out there and reel in test subjects so they can, in real time, without anybody knowing about it, fucking document it and learn how they can use this in the future. And, you know, these are real weirdo sadists who enjoy all this fucking, like, look, fucking with people. You know, if you don't have something, listen, if you don't have something good and positive and wholesome to do, I mean, that's human nature, is to do fucking assholery to other people because you're miserable. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I can empathize with them, but then again, you know what I'm saying? I grew up, man. I don't do that type shit anymore. I mean, hey, of course we all joke with each other. You give your homies a little bit of a hard time sometimes out of love. It's not what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about where you're really fucking an envious asshole who's just fucking, like, terrorizing people, and that's the only way you get joy. Oh, if you had something fucking more fulfilling to spend your time doing, you know, I ain't got time to fucking gossip and talk shit about people, or be counting up your pockets. And if you're telling me something, information, I'm not going to be attacking you with ad hominems. I'm going to be too busy listening or asking you questions.